Well, I didn't know that my child was dyslexic. Not for a long time. In fact, he'd almost finished his school education, and I guess I hadn't even any understanding of dyslexia, and and the thing that worries me a lot and makes me very embarrassed, even now, was the way I treated him. I used to blame him, you haven't done this work, and you're a lazy person, you don't know how to write, you're all over the page. And he was a wonderful kid, and otherwise bright, where we talked and so on. And I feel really, really, even to this day, this is now almost 40, 50 years, that I still think of those days when he was a child, and instead of giving him help, trying to see the problems that he was facing, I was always saying, you're a lazy person, you're a lazy kid, you're always playing, you don't work. And even to this day, when I think of that, I cry sometimes. So I think there is, of course, greater knowledge of dyslexia. So I think parents have to be very gentle about it, and see that most kids are not just being difficult, nasty, unpleasant. Kids are very nice people. They want to do the best. They want to please their parents. They want their parents' pride, parents. So we shouldn't just dismiss that and say, he's lazy, he's idle, but be sympathetic. And of course today we have a much better mechanisms of detecting that. In those days we didn't have, you see. We grew up part of the time in Sweden, which has one of the best medical services. Even there, it was difficult to work out. Even the doctors, so I would take him to doctors now and then, and I don't think they really understood it also. And the headmasters were getting angry with him. There's nothing to be angry with him. It is not he who brought it about. He was born with it. And our role as parents is to help the child and to find ways in which we can deal with dyslexia. Now I'm glad to know that in Nairobi at least we have an excellent school which does that. And the government should also be aware of it. The Ministry of Education, if they don't have one, they should have a small department dealing with this particular problem. The thing is that with my own son, he perhaps told me when going a bit older, and then he has devoted his life since then to helping people, kids who are dyslexic. And he has developed various programs which enable people with dyslexia, could even be grown-up people, who through mechanisms he has established can read it very properly. So I'm very glad when he came here and we were able to visit you, and then we had a discussion. The great thing about my son is that he didn't give up. And then once having done that, he just committed his life to helping kids of that kind. And I think I would say again to our ministry that they have to come to terms, they have to understand what this is all about, why some people have it and some don't, and how we can, what measures we can take so that people with dyslexia have the same opportunities, same facilities as people without. I was very impressed by what I saw. Here were these, small group of people, a small family almost, sacrificing so much so they could set up this school and under very difficult circumstances, financial and otherwise, and how they were giving all their time, all their effort to that, and also to see so many students there. I had not imagined that you had such a large enrollment, but that was also good to know that number of kids had now the benefit of the kind of education that they need. And so I came home very impressed, so did my son. And the point is that there must be, the number of children you're educating must be a very small proportion of kids in the country. So it has to be not just helping your school, it is helping people through the country, and we all have an obligation.